Hong Kong had a stellar debut at the Paris Olympics with fencer Vivian Kong winning the city's third ever Olympic gold medal on the very first day of the 2024 Games. Over the weekend, athletes competing in table tennis and badminton also passed the qualifying rounds, while certain fan favorites are expected to compete later today. Here with the latest is the Post's sports reporter Paul McNamara, who is joining us from Paris. Hi Paul, could you tell us about Vivian Kong's triumphant win?
Good morning, Jason. Yeah, it was a fantastic start to the Olympics for Hong Kong. Vivian went into the competition under a lot of pressure. The Hong Kong athletes front-loaded in this Olympics. The strongest competitors are competing over the first few days. And it felt like there was an enormous onus on Vivian to make a strong start for the team. And coming back from injury as well, which added to the pressure on her, but she handled it absolutely magnificently. And she didn't do things in a straightforward style either. She got to a final against a French competitor, Oriana Malo. And as you can imagine, in the Grand Palais, there was an incredible partisan atmosphere, parochial support for the home fighter. And the French fighter actually went in to a 7-1 lead. And it looked as if Vivian was going to be coming home with the silver medal. But she rallied, completed an incredible comeback. And it's fair to say her life is probably never going to be the same again.
What were Hong Kong's other successes over the past weekend?
Well, everybody now is really trying to build momentum off the back of Vivian. That's a statement performance. It really makes a mark for Hong Kong. The mixed doubles table tennis team of Hoi-kem and Chun-ting have played 2 matches so far in their competition. They've won them 4-1 and 4-2 and reached the semi-final that they're going to play later today. So if they win that, they're guaranteed either gold or silver. If they lose it against their North Korean opponents, then they're going to go into a bronze medal match. The rower Chu has managed to get himself into a quarter-final of the men's singles sculls, which is already a historic feat for a Hong Kong rower. He's having annus mirabilis is Chu. He's been absolutely fantastic this year. He's won a World Cup event, the first Hong Kongers to do so. And he's now the first Hong Konger into the quarterfinal of an Olympic regatta, and he will row on Tuesday morning and be aiming for a semi-final place and to go even further.
Fencer Cheung Ka-long is back today, and he must be feeling the pressure after winning gold back in Tokyo. What can we expect from him?
Cheung, it's intriguing. I mean, fencing is such an on-the-day sport. These competitors can prepare for 4 years, in this case 3 years, because of the delayed Tokyo Olympics, just for this one day, as we saw with Vivian having to have those 5 fights with no margin for error. Cheung is going in as the world number 3. He was a world number 19 last time, so there was no real pressure on his shoulders. And his coach, Greg Koenig, has spoken about Cheung feeling some pressure as defending champion, but he's also said that Cheung's rivals need to be looking at the Hong Konger and thinking, this is the top guy. This is a guy who's going to be really hard to beat. We are expecting Cheung to get through the first round fairly comfortably, but then he faces Mo Ziwei, potentially a Chinese who's ranked number 15 in the world in the last 16. That feels like it's going to be a crunch clash. If he gets through that, then there's a chance to build momentum. He's got the potential to win this competition. There's no doubt about it. He's, again, going back to Greg Koenig, he has said that if Cheung has a good day, he will beat anybody. If Cheung has an amazing day, then the matches are going to go in the blink of an eye. If he wakes up and he doesn't feel great, then there might be problems. So again, that just underlines what an on-the-day event it is. But, I mean, imagine if he does it again, it'd be the first Hong Konger to win back-to-back Olympic medals, the first Hong Konger with 2 Olympic medals. So it's an enticing prospect for later in the day.
That would be something. Now, swimmer Siobhan Haughey was also one to watch after racking up medals in Tokyo and the last couple of World Aquatics Championships. How is Siobhan doing in Paris?
To use the words of her coach, Tom Rushton, so far so good. She swam the heat in the semi-final of her 200 metres freestyle event yesterday. No issues whatsoever. She came home second in her heat to qualify 5th fastest for the semi-finals and was comfortable again in her semi-final, finishing 3rd, but qualifying 4th fastest for the final overall. Biggest problem Siobhan has is not her own form. She's swimming well. She looks easy and comfortable in the pool, but she's up against some absolutely phenomenal swimmers. It's no exaggeration to say that the 2 major gold medal contenders, Ariana Titmus and Molly O'Callaghan, the two Australians are the two best 200 meters freestyle swimmers in history. So that's what Siobhan's up against, but she's doing everything she can so far. She's looking good. She goes in a final tonight, and it's going to be an absolutely sensational atmosphere in the swimming arena down at La Defense Arena. It's a big 15,000 capacity stadium. It's sold out. It's the hottest ticket in town. The fans in there create an incredible atmosphere. We had our home swimmer, Leon Marchand, win the 400 meters individual medley last night, and it felt like the roof was going to blow off the place. Siobhan is going to be competing in that kind of environment tonight because every final is just accompanied by a cacophony of noise. But she's a double silver medalist now. She's at her third Olympics. She's experienced, and if she swims her best, there's a potential of a podium place.
There's still a lot of game left to watch in Paris. Are there any other athletes that should be on people's radars?
From a Hong Kong perspective, we're looking forward to tomorrow because Jason Ng is in the triathlon. We're not expecting him to place particularly highly, but the triathlon is a huge talking point here because of the issues around the River Seine and pollution. And a training session, a planned training session in the Seine on Sunday morning was cancelled because the water levels were unsafe. Luckily, Ng and his coach, Andrew Wright, had foreseen that might be an issue because, as anybody who watched the opening ceremony will know, it was absolutely sheeting down with rain for a few days here in the French capital. So it was expected the river was going to be in bad condition. We've got bright sun now, so we're hoping everything's going to be okay. It's going to be a spectacular event. It kicks off at 8 o'clock Paris time on Tuesday morning in the foot of the Eiffel. So just for the scenery and the drama alone, that's going to be something extraordinary to watch. On a wider perspective, there's still so much more swimming to come. We think Leon Marchand, who I've just mentioned, has got the potential to win 4 gold medals. Katie Ledecky, the American swimmer, she has 7 gold medals in from past Olympics. She's targeting 2 more, which will make her the most successful female Olympian of all time. And Ariana Titmus, again, somebody I've just mentioned, is going to be going for more golds. She's already won 1 in 400 meters freestyle. Every chance she's going to add another one in the 200, and plenty more to come from her. And then looking ahead, and I'm sure we'll talk about this later in the week.
Thanks, Paul. Visit scmp.com to stay up to date on the latest developments from our correspondents in Paris.